Welcome to the Leadership Doctor, where we are here to heal any of your leadership ails. Um, it's great to have you all with me today. There's a few things, housekeeping things I want to go over really quickly. I want to remind you guys that we still have Stack Your Deck leadership cards available to you. We also, and those cards look something like this. When you open up the packet, it'll be like organized or well spoken and all kind of leadership characteristics and skills that either you would like and or you would like in your leader. And these are again available on Estes in my bio, so check them out. And then let's get started on the next chapter. So today we're going to be talking about the reactive leader, right? Again, these are chapters out of my book called The Leadership Rex, which is on Amazon. That link is in the bio as well. And these are great leadership traits that we see that can have a poor impact on organizations as well as the people who are expected to lead them. So, reactive leadership. This is a really good one because it's someone who is very, in a sense, reactive, right? They have no forward thinking ability and they respond in the moment opposed to preparing for the moment. A reactive leader typically does not have planning or forecasting abilities, and it's very hard for them to respond in a state of crisis. So, for example, many of us have gone through this last year mini crisis, right? And I am in education now, and I've been in corporate for years. So there were many decisions that had to be made very quickly without a degradation in service. And that meant to your students and to your customers. A reactive leader would not be able to have responded in things that need decisions that had to be made, actions that had to be taken, and plans that had to be executed. And that nervous energy that usually a reactive leader has is absorbed by their team. So a reactive leader cannot keep the calm. It's always panic mode. Oh my God. There's a chicken little, the roof is falling, or the sky is falling, right? So a reactive leader will respond in that way. A reactive leader also is very good at the blame game. They will blame everyone, take no responsibility for anything, as long as it's negative. If it's positive, then they will take all the credit for it. But if it's negative, they will take no responsibility. And it's always someone else's fault. A reactive leader also is someone who can easily go off the rails because reactiveness is an emotion. And typically, if a leader, we'll talk about emotional leadership as well later, but when you're caught up in that reactive emotion, your judgment is clogged. Your decision-making abilities are clogged. So you cannot make clear, sound decisions when you're reacting because it's a fire drill. I'm always in a fire drill. I don't understand. How do we make things happen? I'll give you an example. At one point, I used to work in a call center, and anyone who works in a call center understands what a VRU is, which is the voice response unit. And as a customer, if you're calling in, it says press 1, press 2, press 3, then that's a way for companies to field calls out, and you can do what they call self-service through the VRU. So if you want to just check your balance, you don't have to talk to a rep. You can just check your balance through the automated system. So I was working in the call center and the VRU went down. So when the VRU goes down, there's no buffer for the calls. They all go to the floor. And typically, if you have a VRU system, they're taking up 60 to 70% of your call volume versus the rest of that volume is going to actual reps on the floor. So when the VRU system went down, all the calls went to the floor. So the manager or the leader who was in charge at the time panic mode. She went into straight panic mode. And it was a lot of yelling. It was a lot of, oh my God. It was like, all of this, and it created what panic to the people who were taking the calls. And because this leader had no ability to, and so I mean sometimes you can only do what you can do, especially in that scenario, right? There was a simple solution. Either you would have said to the customers, right now our systems are down, please call back later, or something like that. But it was just pandemonium everywhere, and you could feel it on the on the team, within the team, because they started to panic. And then that panic did what? Touch the customers. So reactive leadership is a chain reaction. And leaders who are not able to control that will cause an organization to have a very poor quality moment, or it can cost you more dollars. All right. So this chapter was a little brief because it's pretty much what it is. Um, and I hope that it is insightful to you all. I also hope that you do drop comments in and talk to me about leadership situations that you have, or any questions that you have about leadership, because I would be more than happy to assist and give you some of my opinions and some of my resources that I have available. Again, thank you all for tuning in. And remember, we are here to make leadership great again.